We put our palm together. Namo fundamental teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed deep profound subtle wonderful Dhamma in 100,000 million. Only difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to touch upon the touch come one true natural meaning. And no more about how everyone doing.
Good.
Good.
Really good. Thank you.
Last week we are on this one, right? And we're talking about the 3 marks, right? Actually, when I look at it, I summarize this thing. I saw it. They also mentioned in here. So basically, that we have. Okay. So let's go through this. This is my. I just summarize the whatever we read last time. Okay. So let's start from here. William, you want to go ahead and read at the beginning and stop at the question maybe? And we talk about, we will discuss into the question first and we go down. Okay. William? Are you there?
I think he left. I'm not sure.
Oh, he left? Oh.
Internet.
You still there? Oh, he left? Oh, maybe he,
Or he's probably.
I'm having
probably,
problem.
yeah.
Oh, you have internet problem?
Yeah, I'm internet problem. Connection problems.
Okay, but now you're okay, right?
Not sure.
Yeah, good. That's good. Would you help me to read the first one?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, starting at 1 or starting at the top?
The top and top the 1. You include a 1, okay?
Okay. The benefits of bodhicitta. Bestowing with whatever they have with equanimous mind, without regret, without hoping of reward, without seeking honor, without coveting material benefits, but only to rescue and safeguard all living beings, and to emulate the original practices of all Buddhas, etc. The Bodhisattvas not only give out materials, but also including his own flesh. How do we practice the equanimous mind? Equanimous mind.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that this is it's a great way forward to keep our giving from turning into something self-serving and actually problematic. So if we guard our mind against these mistakes, these tendencies that can go along with giving, then we can really make the most out of our giving and have it serve all beings realizing the Buddha way.
Mm-hmm. So, but is it doable to us? We can start. Can we start somewhere for this kind of practice?
I think the first maybe an early goal would be to notice when in our mind we are when we're making the mistake. So if I'm giving and I have the intention to not think of myself, to not think of the person receiving, and to not think of the gift, but to simply be, to be aware and to look towards the unity of things. If I simply notice when my mind is automatically thinking about, me being the giver and someone else being the receiver and about the gift, if I can notice when I do that and just be aware that that's a mistake. Instead of thinking about myself giving to someone else a gift, instead of thinking that and then really like having that be the reality of the situation, instead I can notice that I'm thinking that, and that those are merely thoughts. Those aren't the true reality of things. In truth, there is no self, there is no other, and the thing that is being given is just as much of an illusion as self and other.
But to the ordinary people, they see everything is real, right? Right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
so what is the key in here that we can be able to contemplate, and we can walk on this path with the equanimous mind. Equanimous mind, that means the mind of equality, right?
Yes.
Okay, that means we treat everyone equally. But there are ways in Buddhism, when the Buddha teach, yes, this theory is very complex, but when we think about it, and well, it's a way to do it. If we know how to we know the method to contemplate it, yes, it's a way to do it, even for the ordinary people like us. And if we be able to understand that at that level, it will benefit us on our practice. It's a huge change. When you understand this concept, then you will see the way that your mind and before and after is different. So what do you think about this, Jenny?
I think that I think that you have to practice humility and just practice of letting go of the ego.
Yeah.
That I think for me, I just think that it's a really good way to, you know, just to be of service to people without expecting anything, and just being okay with serving, you know, just practicing a lot of humility and just letting go of that ego.
Not think about it when we take care of our parents, right? Even though we have a hard time with our parents, right? And how do we treat our parents loving kindness and compassion? Right? It's not easy. Then do not even talk about the stranger, right? It's not that easy. Cô Hoàng Lý, what do you think about this?
I think it's easy said than done.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's easy said than done, although you know, practicing is still the way. It's still we constantly need to focus to practice. I think the key in here is to, just like what Jenny and William said, I think we should not look at we, or you know, me, myself, as I'm a gift. Should not look at who's the one who receive. Rather, you should. I think everything you do, you got to look at the. I think you got to have the heart that would be able to see the suffering of all sentient being. I mean, in your life, your life may be so lucky in the sense that you don't, you know, have to go through certain hardship, but there are so many, and we're talking about sentient being, we talk about everything, and we talk about equality. We talk, I think, you know, when we looked at equanimous, to me, I think that is the, in the nutshell of Buddha. You treat everything, all sentient being, every, the little thing, the ants, the bees, the, to, you know, to the big animal, to the
Oh,
human.
let's talk about
All
human.
this.
Let's talk about focus on human first. Then
If
don't
we
need,
talked about, yeah, human, then I think you got to take a lot from the true understanding of the way and true commitment to be able to do it without letting go, of your own ego. You have to basically, what Jenny said, like, learn humility, learn that you um, you should not be thinking of yourself.
okay. That's one way. That's one way. Thắng Thiền, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is the way it is. We should practice giving without expecting something in return. We should. So when we practice giving, we should just move forward and not think about it. This is the way to keep your mind peaceful.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, well, there more than one way to do it. Yeah. Um, but to me, when I look at this thing here, if we look at them, I think I already shared this thing last week, right? Talking about the relationship between the parent and children, right? And in the Buddhist view as well as the ordinary, the worldly view. But when we treat everyone just like the affinity, right? Affinity. That means doesn't matter who come to us, they do have affinity with us one way or the other, either positive or negative, near or far. Near that means our family, our parent, our sibling, right? Far that means maybe friend or maybe the person we just met once for the first time or whatever. Those kind of, when we look in terms of affinity, then we will take care the affinity instead of we take care the sentient being. That means if we have the negative affinity with whoever, near or far, we try our best to take care with the loving kindness. That means we do not harbor any ill thought or ill will against the person who treats us badly, even our own enemy. And if we contemplate on this level all the time, and when things come to us, we base on the principle we contemplate. That is truly give you the wisdom. So when we look at in terms of affinity, yes, the unity is the true compassion. When we look at all living beings at the unity, that is truly compassion. And the unity in this case is affinity. Does it make sense to you, William? Hello?
Yes, because if we see the unity clearly, then we can see that another human being is basically just like ourselves, and that we want happiness, we don't want to be suffering. So how much more the other person? And if we have a real sense of the unity, then we're going to be motivated naturally to take care of them as we would take care of ourselves.
Because when we look at the key word in here for the unity is the affinity. Affinity is the unity. Because we treat everyone as affinity, right? So doesn't matter who they are. as long as they have affinity with us, when we have a chance to help them, even though for the first time we met them, we help them with the way that we help our parents. For example, this is my mentality, that when I have a chance to help the sick people, right, or the near-death person, even though I never met them before, but at the near-death situation, they come to me, right? And that is my first time know them, and I do not think much. I only, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to serve them with the way that I serve my own parents. When you have that mindset, when you have that the mentality, doesn't matter who come to you, you use that mindset you do. As long as you look at them as affinity, then this is truly unity, as the truly compassion. Does it make sense to you, cô Hoàng Lý?
Yes, I agree. But it's very hard. I mean, if affinity, if things come your way, if you are in a position of giving, and you know, you look at everyone like what you said here, you know, people on their deathbed and they needed you, you feel needed, and of course you give love and kindness. But is that really true? I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Is that really true that there is not an ego in there, that this person needs me? This person needs me, therefore I'm giving it to him because he needs me. If there's still a me in there, you know, and I think that's often challenging. I mean, in the situation, somebody needs you, and that's a different story. But it's somebody who really had a bad affinity, somebody who really challenged you. Can you really be sure to having loving kindness to that person unconditionally? I think that's still a challenge.
Yeah. Okay, I will share you the story. I've been through that kind of situation before. But before I share you that story, well, yes, you are right. We still not yet enlightened, right? But we are working on it. We try our best. Remember, when we come to serve them, we come for them. We not come for us. What does that mean? It means that whatever they need, we are ready to serve. We don't do based on our ego. That means we are not there to instruct them to do this, do this, do this. No, we are only there whatever they need. And if they need our advice, yes, we will. If the person come to the one who need help, but they come for their purpose. They not come for the people that who need help. That means they come with the ego. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
Because we still ordinary people. We are not enlightened yet, but we try to learn humble, and we try to learn to practice the true loving kindness and compassion. The way that we serve, just like when we serve them just like we serve our parents. Doesn't matter how our parents treat us badly, doesn't matter. As long as they are our parents, we serve them unconditionally. Yet it's very difficult. But you know what? We only look at things in the affinity way. We don't look at the sentient being or the living being. As long as you have that mindset, then regardless what kind of affinity is, you just go about with it in the right way. William, what do you think?
I think that this idea of the affinity, that, you know, this person in past lives, we must have had some sort of interactions, and at some point they were undoubtedly my mother or my father or both in different lives, and I could have been their mother or their father. I think that sort of contemplation, it does seem to help diffuse the idea of like them, them coming to me for something. If there's something that I can do for them now, what do I know? Maybe in the past they did something for me, and that this action in right now, the opportunity to do this action could even be a really good thing for me, because I am completing the circle of something positive they've done for me in the past, perhaps. Or if it's a bad affinity where they did something mean to me in the past, well, and there's even, there's an opportunity to perhaps make that better, to forgive it, and to be generous, practice generosity regardless. And if we don't have people that we can practice giving with, then we'll never be able to develop generosity.
That's correct.
So,
but you know what? The Buddhist affinity is beyond what you just said. It not only relates to the within the family or friend, no. Affinity, the karmic affinity, what does it mean? It means that for the first time when we see that person, we either dislike or we like that person very much. And even though whatever, let's say that we like that person very much, and whenever that person say whatever they say, we believe them right away. And sometimes, you know what, they don't have the right view, but we still believe in them. That is what we call the positive karmic affinity. The negative karmic affinity, that means when we see them the first time, right? We feel the dislike so strong, and we hate them so much. And you know what? They haven't done anything wrong with us yet. And what does that mean? I told you the story about when the Buddha was still in the world, right? Buddha and Ananda, they walked on the street, right? Saw the woman who the Buddha said, this woman here, she had born at the same year, the same day, the same hour with me. So that means December birthday. Everything is the same. But she does not have an affinity with me. And you know what the Buddha, the Ananda said? Oh, if she did not have an affinity with you in the past, I will now create the conditions so to help her to have affinity with you. Okay, and Ananda walked in front of the woman and stop her and let the Buddha approach. And whenever she saw the Buddha, even the shadow of the Buddha, she turned her back against it. And if the Buddha face in the south, right, she turned to the west or whatever on one side. And you know what, and she looked up in the sky, and the Buddha and the Buddha fly on top of her, so she still will be able to see him. And you know what? She looked down, and the Buddha saw her his shadow on the ground, so she be able to see. Wherever the Buddha image is, she turned against that image. But when Ananda come and talk with her, she's very happy. And you know what? Ananda be able to share the Buddhist teaching, and she's very happy to hear. And Ananda asked the Buddha, what were the costs that we have bring this kind of result? And the Buddha said that in the past, three of us, that means you, the Buddha, and Ananda, and also the woman. In the past, there was a lady. She just her son just passed away, right? And she very very sad, and she cried, and she took on the street. And the first cultivator came across, and saw her and come and try to understand what's going on. And you know what? One, he understand the woman said her son passed away, and he said that, you know what? Life is impermanent. They birth, they dead. That is the universal law. No one can escape. You know, the first cultivator said that, you know what? She get angry with the first cultivator. And the second cultivator came across and also noticed that the woman stayed there, and the lady stand there and cry. And he come and he understand that she have the son passed away, and he comfort her with the loving kind of speech. And then gradually he teach her the Buddhist teaching. And the first cultivator is the Buddha. The second cultivator is Ananda. The lady is a woman. This is what we call affinity. So the Buddha in the past created the negative karmic affinity with her. The Ananda in the past created the positive karmic affinity with her. Does that make sense to you, William?
Yes.
Okay. So the term affinity is so important, very important. You see that in life, right? We have between husband and wife, a lot of things happen, right? We sometimes husband and wife argue and fight. You know what? This is also due to their negative karmic affinity in the past. Okay? Not only the husband and wife, children and parents. Yeah? Those things we call karmic affinity. And what does that mean? If we look at affinity, and we always have the mindset, doesn't matter what kind of affinity I will receive, right? Regardless. If I receive the negative affinity, I am willing to accept it, because due to the law of cause and effect, I understand in the past maybe what I did something wrong with that person. Now they come and they cause me trouble. That's okay. And one, we willing to accept it, and we try our best to transform the negative karmic affinity into positive karmic affinity. You know what? This kind of work require the patience, the loving kindness. Sometimes it takes months, year, 10 years, 20 years. Remember one thing: when we do this kind of loving, when we practice this kind of loving kindness, don't look at the time. The time is not important. When you look at the time, then you will retreat your practice. So the time is not important. The important is we have the mind of ready to serve, to transform the negative affinity into positive. And we don't look at the person, we look at affinity. Does it make sense? Right?
Yes.
Cô quản lý, you understand, right?
Yes, thank you.
Now, cô quản lý, you ask me the good question. Yeah, for the one that need our help, maybe a little bit easier to do that, right? To practice loving kindness, compassion, right? What about the person who caused us a lot of trouble? Can we be able to practice the loving kindness? Well, you know what? This is, I don't know what to say, but it relates to my own family. Anyway, I just give you the general story. I don't want to walk into too detail. So you understand the story and the way I deal with the situation. This is the way I deal with it. So, well, I was a boat people, right? I escaped Vietnam when I was 14 in 1982. Well, now it's about 38 years. Okay. Anyway, so and you know what? When and for many years I lived in U.S. That means up to I went back to Vietnam in 1997, I think 97. At that time, I know well, in our family we have a very big problem. So because the family, the family member, they don't want to they don't want to tell me the situation because they don't want me to worry about them. And you know what? My dad, usually in Vietnam, you know what? The men, they always, usually they have more than one wife. And when you have more than one wife, what happens? Well, the family will not be normal, right? They will become chaos. Um, and you know what? It's caused a lot of trouble for my family as well my siblings. They are not, they drop out high school, and a lot of things going on. When I went back and I know everything, this is what I deal with the situation. I called for the meeting, for the family meeting. I told my brother and my family, you know what? Past is past. Don't even look into the past. Now start from now on. I told my brother or my younger brother, if you want me to help you to continue on your education, I will help you all the way. And I told my mom, let go the past. That means forgive my father. Doesn't matter what he did. Past is past. Because I don't want my mom to carry on the suffering. And you know what? And I also this is what I did. From that on, I my father asked my stepsister, right? She's the youngest one in the family right now. At that time she was 6. I think it's 6th grade. That means 11 years old. And he took her to see me for the first time. You know what I thought to her? I told her that, my sister, try your best to do good in education. I will help you. From now on, I will take care of you. Okay? And I did. I helped her since the 6th grade or 7th grade up to when she finished her university, the education, and I helped her to go to the search for the job. And now she's very successful in her career. And she just had a baby 2 days ago. Okay. So she and her family, that means her mom, live in the good condition because I'm the one to help to make sure that the family of my parent, the father's side, and also my mother's side, is, do not have a lot of conflict. Okay? When I went back to the U.S., I called my mom a lot, and she cried a lot because of the the woman. When anyone, well, when we in the jealous, right? When we in the that situation, it is very tough. I told her, forgive him. If any time, because the younger wife, she did not have a good health. And you know what? And she did not have money to go to the hospital to take care of her own health. And I told my mom, whenever my father go home and ask for the money to help that, I told her, go ahead and help her. Look at this thing. This is the way I told my mom. You don't have to go out and to do the volunteer, to do the what do you call, the good deed from the outside. At home, we already have one candidate for us to do. Why should we go out to work? If mom, you can help her to have a peace of mind and live in a good family, when you be able to do that, the blessing you have compared to the person that they can use a huge money to donate to for the charity, it's uncomparable to your goodwill, to your good heart, because the way you practice is truly love and kindness and compassion. That's important. The material cannot compare. And I always encourage my mom to do that all the time. And I am the one who provide the money. Okay? And I also, whenever I have a chance to go back to the country, I also talk to my stepsister to make sure that she do not have any ill thought against my family. Okay. Anyway, but now they all live in peace. Anyway, you know what? This took me about I have to went through a lot of difficult time in order to make sure the family affair is stabilized. It took me about, let's see, since 97 up to 2014. It's about almost 20 years. And I don't even look at the time. Time is not important. It's important the mindset that we serve others is important. It's not the person. So even though at that time I do not understand the Buddha teaching much, I don't have that I don't understand the Mahayana Sutra a lot. So, but you know what? Because maybe in the past we already practiced this kind of Bodhicitta, and it's come naturally. It's not only when we have that mindset. It doesn't matter. This is our family or this is a stranger. But if the situation allow, we go ahead and do it. But if the situation not allow, of course we cannot go beyond. Does that make sense? Huh? What do you think, William?
Yes, I do think it makes sense. That I mean, especially the idea of taking action with people who we have affinities with. I mean, especially very close affinities, then we have a much greater ability to have some sort of impact, like, you know, like you described with your family. Whereas if, you know, you went to some other family and tried to, you know, figure out what was wrong and then help it be better, they'd be like, "What are you doing? Get out of here." So I mean, either someone has to come to you. I mean, if it's your own family, you can go to them. But if it was another family,
you know what? For many years, I never go to the younger wife. That means my younger wife, my father's younger wife, right? I rarely, almost never visit my father's younger wife house. The reason is, it doesn't mean that I have an ill thought or hatred against them, because I want to protect my mom's integrity. What I do, whatever I do, I need to have a consent from my mom, because I want to make sure my mom have the peace of mind. Okay, so I build the trust between my mom and myself. So whatever I say, she trusts me, and when she trusts me, and whatever I do, I easily to help her and advise her. The trust is so important. Okay, so but when my mom passed, before my mom passed away, you know, in 2010, I went back. There was the situation. My father always wanted to sell the house, and you know what? It's caused a lot of trouble. even though my mom were at that time she was sick. And I went back and I said, and I handled the situation. And I told my mom, I'm asking you for the permission that I'm going to visit her, the younger, my father's younger wife, family. And because I know that, I have a feeling that my mom will not stay with us for long because she was sick. She was paralyzed and she lay on the bed for 5.5 years. And that were about 3 years, more than 3 years already before. That means at the time I make the decision to go visit them. Like what I'm doing is I try to protect my mom. If at the near that situation, if those people appear, you know what happened? You know what happened to my mom?
She would become very angry, probably.
Yeah, very angry. And you know where she will go? Oh my goodness.
She would go, yeah, to the lower realms.
Very, 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 very bad, right? So what I do is I open the gate. I want to make the situation become familiar with her. So I told her that I will visit them and I will. I asked my mom, please forgive them. Are you ready to forgive? And she said yes. I said, okay, good, that's good. And I will come there and I visit them and I will ask my stepsister every week to come down here and visit you. So that means I want to create a situation that my mom get used to this situation. If when the near that situation happen, even though she in that situation, she not in the chaos. Okay. And when I did that, I went there, and the younger, that means my stepsister mother, she cried to me that she asked me for apology, and I say that past is past. I don't even look into the past. I'm only look at the present, and I told her that I treat my stepsister is equal to my sibling. They're no different, or sometimes even more. Why was that? Because she actually is my sibling. I want to make sure her mother have a peace of mind and have a trust in me. And I told her that, you see, for many years, I took care of her. That when I took care of my stepsister, that means I took care of my father side, my family. That means indirectly. Okay. So, and I told her that when I say something, I do. That means my word is the action. And I told her that I promised with her, don't worry, when she get married, I will make sure that she will, whatever I give to my brother, I will give the same thing to her. Okay. So, and you know what? After the visit, and my stepsister came and visit my mom a little more often. And you know what? My stepsister mother came down to, before she came down to meet my mom, my father asked me to ask my mom for permission. And I told my mom, let her come. And she said yes. And she came down and she apologized to my mom. And both they are happy. Well, not happy, but that means we untie the knot of the negative karmic affinity we create in the past. It's very important. When we knot, when we tie the knot, we have to untie the knot. No one else can do that for us. If we do not untie the knot and we treat the situation in the ordinary people, that means if you harm me, I harm you back. Well, we make the knot even more, right? And that means we stuck in that situation for a long time. Well, that's how I deal with my family situation. And I also have a lot of different experience when I deal with the people from outside. When I help, no, I don't talking about I. When I have a chance to help, this is the mentality I'm help. I base on affinity. I don't base on the person. Okay. Okay, so when we practice in that way, and hopefully we can be able to have the mindset of equanimous mind. Mm-hmm. Does it make sense to you, Jenny?
Yes, yes, it makes sense, and I agree with everything that you said, and I think it's we really have to make that effort, and it's really hard, to make that effort to make peace and forgive people and come together, and but that's the hard work that we have to do. But I think that in some families, when you said, when you went to your family and you had the meeting and you said to them, let's forget about the past. The past is the past, and let's start a new day, and let's start a new life, and with peace and all of that. And I think when you do that, I think that works. I think that's a really good thing. But I think that for some families, the past, they have a very bad past with each other, where there were lots of fights, lots of hurt, lots of suffering. And but in the past they have that, but today they continue to have that. And it's like, how do you deal with that when it continues, today? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like like how can you make peace with your family when they continue to hurt you, today, in the now, and in the past? But you can forget about the past. But if you come to them and you say, okay, let's forget about the past, but in the now they continue to hurt you, and it's like, do you just forget about them, just say, okay, I don't want to be part of your life anymore? Or do you continue to be sucked in the drama on a daily basis? Like, I that's where I'm a little bit confused, for some families, where
Okay.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal when you continuously are stuck in that drama with your family, your parents, your siblings? They continue to make you suffer. Like, how can you deal with something like that?
Okay, that's good. That's a good question. Well, when we have a family problem, right, that means we already have the negative affinity, karmic affinity in the past. That's why we form a family. Otherwise, we don't have a family. If you don't have that kind of any kind of affinity, we will not have a family with those people. Remember that. So yes, in the past, well, past life or whatever, right? We have that kind of a negative affinity. Yet in this life, they fight, right? And let's say in the situation of myself, right? I'm the middle guy, right? You know what did the middle guy do? The boxer, right? When they practice the boxing, right? The bat, the bat for the boxer to kick, to hit. William, what do you call that?
The referee.
Yes.
The referee.
Punching bag.
The
Punching bag.
punching bag.
Oh, okay.
You know what the middle guy do? The middle guy will become the punching bag for them to punch. But we have to learn how to become patient. Okay? Doesn't matter one side, both sides punch it, us at the same time, or sometimes the left side punch, the right side punch at different time, doesn't matter. As long as we have wisdom and we are patient, eventually things will come out beautifully. Just need time, that's all. If truly practice love and kindness, we bring happy to others by doing patience. If you don't have patience, they're not happy. Okay? So, in what is the patient doing here? We will become the punching bag. Okay, that's okay. Well, you know what? Just like last week, William said that when you go to the gym, right? You need to lift weight. You need to do the lift weight, right?
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know what? When you become the punching bag, you don't need to go to the gym. So, thank you to them. We always have the mindset of gratitude. Why do we need gratitude to the one harm us? Without them, we cannot be able to perfect our practice of loving kindness and compassion. If you have that mindset, doesn't matter what they do. Of course, we need to protect ourselves, right? To make sure that when we deal with it, of course, we have wisdom to protect. Doesn't mean that we run away. No, it means that we try to help them to transform the negative into positive. And you know what? When you learn in here, let's read it thing quickly, and I will answer the rest for you. Jenny, go ahead and read the next one.
Bodhisattvas are always joyful in giving and thanks. I have gained a fine boon. These beings are my field of blessings. They are my good friends and benefactors. Without my asking them, they come to cause me to enter into Buddha's teachings. I should now cultivate learning in this way, not controverting the wishes of sentient beings. They also form this thought. May I receive immense body to satisfy all starving beings with my flesh, and may I not die so long as even a single tiny creature is not filled, and may the flesh I cut off be inexhaustible. By this virtue, may I attain unexhaled, complete, perfect enlightenment and experience great nirvana. And may those who eat my flesh also attain perfect enlightenment, attain impartial knowledge, fulfill all the Buddha's teachings, successively perform Buddha work until entering a station with remainder. If the heart of even one sentient being is unfulfilled, I will not attain unexhaled perfect enlightenment.
Okay. Before you read the second question, I will give you the other question. I have my own question. This year, during the time we discussed, I come up with a question here. Okay, when the Buddha, when the Bodhisattva offer the body, that means the flesh from their body, right? For the starving sentient being, eat him, right? Cutting off the flesh. You know what does that mean? You know what is that symbolize? Symbolize?
No.
No. William, what do you think about that?
I would think it would be it could symbolize any form of sacrifice where, there was something we could use for ourselves, but we gave it to someone else, like whether it's our time or our money or our belongings.
So basically, yes. Well, actually, Buddha, the Bodhisattva also truly offer his flesh, and also to the ordinary people. Usually, when we think about the greedy people, right? The greedy people, they very rarely do the charity work, right? Given, right? They very almost never. And when they have a chance to give, you know what does that mean? Just like cut off their own flesh. What does that mean? It means that's how selfish they are. It's very tough for them to give, because they look at the money, the material they have, just their own body. If they have to give out, just they cut off their own flesh. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense to you, Jenny and William?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, now, if we in the situation to help the people who have conflict to come to peace, right? Just like we are the punching bag, right? It's the same thing that we offer our own flesh for them. That means we sacrifice our own time and energy and material to make sure that they come to the level to understand well, now, you know what? Due to that, they be able to understand the Dhamma. That's why in the Bodhisattva path, the 6 paramita, right? That means the first one is 6 perfect practice. The first one is perfect in charity or generosity, right? That means the giving. The second one is perfect in morality. Third one is perfect in patience. Fourth one is perfect in effort. Fifth one is perfect in meditation. Sixth one is perfect in wisdom. So the first one is the given. Why the given is so important? This is the situation that when the people come to us for and we have a chance to give, right? Actually, they are the blessing field of us. Without them, we cannot be able to practice the Bodhisattva. And they are actually the benefactor. Instead of we are the benefactor to them, right? But when we look at that, they are the benefactor. Why? Because they are come here and give us the way to enter into the Buddha teaching. You see? When we have this mindset, and at the time when we encounter the situation, the problem, we can, based on the principle, and we contemplate. And we can be able to overcome our ill will, ill thought against those people. And once we be able to do that, we will have a peace of mind. And we will continue on our own path. That means we walk on the Bodhicitta, regardless the situation. Okay, this is very profound teaching from the Buddha, and we will dive deep into this next week, and we will dissect the Buddha teaching so we understand into detail. Okay. Okay. So yes. So the middle guy will be the back puncher. So that's how we do. Okay. It's easy to say, it's hard to do, but it doesn't mean that we cannot do. Okay. Any question? Cô quản lý hiểu không?
Yes, thầy. Yes.
Cô Lan hiểu không cô Lan?
Dạ thưa thầy, con hiểu.
Okay. Thăng Thiền, what do you think?
It's great. It's a way. I think this is the way that we should practice.
If we learn only the principle and we don't have a way to practice, you just only learn the concept without applying. That means you will not be able to master master the principle. Okay. So the practice, that means the people come to us, they cause us the trouble. That is they are the one who are the benefactor. They come and give us the practice, right? Otherwise, we cannot practice. Of course, we will not ask for those, but when things happen due to the affinity, negative affinity, it's okay. Let's accept it, and we walk on. We continue on our own path. William, do you have any question anymore?
No.
But today the discussion is okay, right? I think
Yeah.
it's clear. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes it's very tough for us to share our own family story, right? It's not easy because we want to. We don't want to say bad thing about our family, but because this is only sharing for the teaching, for the discussion. It doesn't mean that we have any ill will against the situation in the past. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is truly forgiveness. When we don't lean on the past, that is truly forgiveness. Okay. May every living being, our mind as one and radiant with light, share the fruit of peace with heart of witness, luminous and bright. If we both hear and see how hand and heart can find in given unity, may their mind awaken to compassion, wisdom, and joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave the distant pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of day and at night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turning to paradise. May all become compassionate in one, may all become nothing in one. And that's why when we learn about the Bodhicitta, it's important. You know how to make a vow. And the vow will follow us for one life to the other, to the rest of the endless life. That means numerous lifetimes. And you know what? When we born in this kind of world, right? We call the fire Tamoya world, right? That means the very terrible world. And when you have the vow and the bodhicitta, they are the one invisibly guide us in any situation. Automatically, you know how to deal with the situation when it comes. Okay, it's so important. Okay.